India has realigned not just geopolitics but also the world of business. Today, the big four world powers comprise of USA, Russia, China and India. Bharat is the best place to be if you are either a corporate professional or a startup. भारत न केवल विश्व गुरु बनने के लिए तैयार है बल्कि सोने की चिड़िया बनने के कगार पे भी खड़ा है. Why do I say this? For many reasons. India has the fifth largest economy in the world in terms of GDP, third largest in terms of purchasing power parity or PPP, and a per capita income which has increased in real terms by 33.5% over the past decade. India possesses a rapidly growing middle class, vibrant startup ecosystem, robust manufacturing sector, resilient supply chain, and expanding opportunities. With widespread digitization of payments, improved transparency, and ease of doing business, India is a magnet for both domestic and foreign players. Namaste, welcome to Priya की कक्षा. प्रिया की कक्षा में आपका स्वागत है. I'm Priya Ramachandar, a successful startup entrepreneur. I've been running Cobblestones Consulting, my own market research agency in India, for over 8 years now. In my previous avatar, I worked for 17 years in different blue chip companies in market research, marketing, and sales. I also taught at leading B schools across India. If you're a corporate professional or a startup entrepreneur, how can you thrive and succeed in the bazaars of Naya Bharat? In this video, I'll share business and sales strategies that worked for me, both as a corporate mazdoor and as I built up my company from scratch. If you find this content useful, please like the video, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to be notified each time I upload new content. Most corporate professionals and startups who I mentor come to me with their struggle in Indian markets. The common denominator for both these groups is not earning as much or as fast as they want to. I help corporate professionals plan their careers in such a way that they can demonstrate superior results, achieve process and technology mastery, and leverage their experience and connections when they decide to launch their own business later on. The startups I work with are not able to cut cash burn and turn profitable. This is down to just one reason. They've achieved decent expertise in raising funds for their business, developing and launching the product in the market, and also keep a good grip on money and finance. But they are unable to sell consistently. Their selling is far too dependent on outsiders or external factors for it to be sustainable in the near future. वे जानते हैं कि क्या करना है, लेकिन कैसे करना है ये ठीक से नहीं जानते. ऐसा करते समय वे अक्सर अपने लक्ष्यों को सफलतापूर्वक साधने में, खुद को मजबूत करने में और साथ साथ पैसे कमाने में असफल हो जाते हैं. This is why the failure rate for startups in India stands at 90%, with startups going under within just 11 months of launching the business. Whichever group you belong to, the fastest way to ensure that you not only survive competition but thrive in your domain is to learn how to sell to Indians. आपको बिक्री में आत्मनिर्भर बनना होगा. Irrespective of how passionate or confident you feel about it, or whether or not you've done it as part of your professional career, only if you learn to sell to Indians can you survive in the long term. बेचोगे तो बचोगे. If you can sell your product or service successfully in India, believe me, world markets will seem easy in comparison. How can you do this? A good place to start building your sales expertise is with the consumer. The Indian consumer is a notoriously fickle proposition. भारतीय उपभोक्ता एक कुख्यात चंचल प्रस्ताव है. Here's an interesting fact. According to a recent McKinsey report, 80% of Desi consumers shop around for the best value for money, even if they've purchased your brand and they're satisfied with the purchase. Brand loyalty in Indian markets is as low as 20%. Further, of those consumers targeted by your company, 25% will switch brands at the point of sale. Selling to such consumers needs special focused training. To help you pitch a sale to Indian customers in a way that brings in the receipts, I've created a course on Udemy. Find the course link in the description below. I urge you to buy this course that has been created keeping in mind your time crunch and it takes into account your budget constraints. इस पाठ्यक्रम का उपयोग ये जानने के लिए करें कि आप भारतीय ग्राहकों को बेचने में कैसे आत्मनिर्भर बन सकते हैं. I'd be keen to know how useful you found this course. Based on my work, research and startup experience, I see 3 main stumbling blocks to your success in the bazaars of Naya Bharat, either as a corporate professional or as a startup entrepreneur. These include any one or a combination of all 3. The first factor is intransigence or akarmanyata. This is refusing to change your views regarding the way you work or how you sell to Indians. ये काम करने या बेचने के तरीके के बारे में अपने विचारों को बदलने से इनकार करना होता है. Very often, I find men and women who are just about 5 years into their work or business life getting very static or very fixed in how they do things. Their refusal to change comes from a fear of change. Why bother to do something new and risk failure when the going is fine at present? This is their kind of assessment. In the mechanical, repetitive monotony of their daily jobs, creativity is often at a premium. Very often, such people confuse experience with skill. For example, suppose you are an FMCG person in modern trade. You sell to big supermarket chains or large local stores in your territory. Your sales pitch and your customer list is mainly provided by your seniors, and your tactics are largely determined by the buyer. You play around with sales support, supply privileges, and margins to achieve your monthly targets. This risk minimizing plan has worked for you, for your boss, and his boss. So naturally, you'll be resistant to trying a different sales approach or a different sales tactic, one that you've never tried before. But you need to be aware that e-commerce is eating away at the buyer's business profits. This also has implications for you and your career. The buyer needs to be convinced to buy differently from you in the limited scope of your trade relations in order to help him combat competitive pressures more strongly. This way, you can sell more effortlessly and ensure a win-win for both of you. Playing on quantity, trade terms, and price alone will no longer work for the both of you. To do this, you have to upgrade your sales skills. In the Naya Bharat of today, there are more people vying for the same job position or the same customer that you are targeting. You need a different toolkit from the one you are presently using in order to succeed. Now, here's a truth bomb for you. Success in Indian markets is not simply a result of experience, but a function of your knowledge, skill, and attitude. Do not let anyone talk you into business status based on how long you have worked. This is a fatal error many people make in India, where our societal norms generally predispose us to deferring to the opinions of seniors. This does not work in the world of Indian business, where people are much younger, processes are dynamic and flexible, and technology rules. भारतीय व्यापार जगत में सफल होने के लिए अनुभव से ज्यादा जिगर लगता है. यहाँ खुद के दम पे, अपने ज्ञान, कौशल और क्षमता के बलबूते पे सफलता पाई जा सकती है. The second stumbling block is poor knowledge and training. सही ज्ञान और प्रशिक्षण की कमी. This is not to throw shade on any business course you may have taken or any corporate training you may have received. I'm an MBA myself and I've taught at local and national B schools as well as in small and large companies for many years now. Each kind of training plays a specific role in getting you to a particular destination. Ask yourself one simple question today. Can I clearly articulate my 1-year personal growth plan, 3-year growth plan, 5-year personal growth plan? What are the objectives you want to achieve? List them down in bullet points. Then, against each objective, write how you will measure the objective. Remember, what you can measure, you can control. I'll give you an example. My 1-year plan is to successfully commercialize Priya ki Kaksha courses on Udemy. I hope to hit X number of unit sales each month. To do this successfully, I conducted market research. I've spoken to a cross-section of success-hungry company professionals and startups, learned to create educational video content that appeals to my target audience. And I've also launched my YouTube channel, which I hope you will subscribe to. I urge you to do a similar exercise for yourself. You need numbers to measure your professional or business outcomes and to calibrate your efforts. Then you need to upskill. Learn new usable ways of selling more. ज़्यादा बेचने के लिए नए प्रयोग करने योग्य तरीके सीखें. Use it in your work. Join a community of like-minded professionals and business owners where the focus is on mutual learning and growth and not on internal politics, selfish interests, or networking alone. Business is a solitary journey and every startup owner needs a supportive community to succeed. Professional life is hazardous and filled with challenges. Shared community wisdom and a safe, neutral space to solve your difficult problems can be quite a game changer. The final hurdle is not knowing how to effectively negotiate or resolve conflicts. प्रभावी ढंग से बातचीत करने या संघर्षों को हल करने के तरीकों की जानकारी नहीं रखना. This is a problem many of the young people I've mentored most commonly struggled with. इसके लिए एक विज्ञान है. There is a science to this which involves combining nuances of Indian culture with principles of human psychology, business finance and jugaad buddhi. In my online sessions in Priya ki Kaksha, I sometimes take sessions on this topic. It basically involves learning how to leverage the power of the 4 C's: consequences, competence, choice and community. For now, here's a quick tip to help you in this regard. The next time you find yourself in a sticky negotiation or in a heated conflict, either in the office or with a client, don't react at once. Do not talk immediately. Breathe deeply and pause. Be mindful of the choices which you have. Then respond. It is never a good idea to react immediately. This is a power game. Who is in control here? How much free will do you have in this situation? ये सत्ता का खेल है. यहाँ कौन नियंत्रण में है? इस स्थिति में आपके पास कितनी स्वायत्तता है? आत्म प्रेरणा या आत्म उत्थान, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन और सेल्फ अपलिफ्टमेंट. This is the cheat code to get past the third hurdle. When you believe you have a sense of autonomy, a sense of choice in what you are doing or how you can respond, you feel more self-motivated. This is crucial if you are to uplift yourself. When you work for a pleasant consequence, it feels good. It feels like you're working to get something. This is positive reinforcement. When you're working to avoid an adverse consequence, you feel controlled. This is called negative reinforcement. So here's a simple question for you. How can you become a success seeker rather than a failure avoider? Think about how you can do this. For now, change the way you talk to yourself or about yourself to others. Start talking about being a success seeker rather than being a failure avoider. It's all about how you talk, how you communicate to yourself and to others. To learn practical ways in which you can upgrade, upskill and uplift yourself, check out my course on Udemy. The course link is in the description below. To realign your attitude to success, I invite you to join me online every week in Priya ki Kaksha. We meet on Saturday in the morning from 8 to 9:30 am for a paid online group learning session on a pre-decided topic of the student's choice. I also troubleshoot one common problem area for group participants depending on their pre-session inputs. Join our growing community of success-hungry professionals and business owners. Drop us an email at the address mentioned in the video description and we'll get back to you with the session details. You and I, like so many others, are skyscrapers, continually adding rooms and floors to who we are. Once one floor is done, the next begins, and the result is a constant work in progress. The best business leaders treat their companies like projects never to be completed, only improved and refined. So why shouldn't we also treat ourselves as such? To succeed spectacularly at your job, you need to tackle the root cause and not the effect. The type of person you are is usually reflected in your business. To improve your business, you must first improve yourself. Join Priya ki Kaksha to improve your skill, professional style, work quality, results, mindset, access to support, professionalism, and the spirit with which you play this game. Remember, we are all in this together and we need each other. Thank you so much for joining me in Priya ki Kaksha today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for India-centric, research-based, practical sales content. आज प्रिया की कक्षा में भाग लेने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपका और आपके सहजनों का मंगल हो, कल्याण हो। शुभम भूयात्, जयतु भारतम।